When he took office, Lincoln believed that restoring the Union was more important than ending slavery.
I think Lincoln was also very sincere in saying that he wanted to do what he felt was within his power as president. And early in his presidency, he was very explicit about recognizing that he did not have the power to touch slavery where it already existed.
This was so good. And, in my imagination, there are projects that you want to do and projects that you have to be a part of. And I am curious for you where Lincoln's Dilemma falls.
For me, it was both. I wanted to be a part of it once I was invited and once I was shown a bit of what they were working on and the scripts were sent to me. And then I had to do it, as well. This examination of Lincoln is a really nuanced one. It's a 4-part series, so we take our time, and it really shows not only the challenges that existed in America at the time, but shows the ways in which he evolved to address those challenges. We like to think of Lincoln as, the great emancipator, freed the slave with a blink of an eye. Well, not so simple. He was willing to preserve slavery if it preserved the Union, but he evolved.
If you could sit down, let's say with Frederick Douglass, if you could sit down with Abraham Lincoln, what would you want to know?
We have the opportunity to do that. These men were prolific writers and orators. And if we ask a question of them, we can find it in their writing. Frederick Douglass has such an incredibly clear lens on slavery and he was a slave himself who had escaped. He talks about it without pulling punches, the barbarism, the savagery that was slavery, the hypocrisy. He talks about Lincoln as an imperfect man, and he helped push Lincoln through his presidency to become more supportive of emancipation and to include Black soldiers in the fight. Lincoln, he gives us incredible, clear picture of his mind and his perspective on the time.
So I know you'll be taking on another historical figure later this year in Ruston. Real quick, what could you tell us about that?
It's a film directed by George C. Wolfe, who's, my longtime collaborator, beginning with Angels in America on Broadway. But he asked me to play Congressman Powell, who was the first Black congressman from the Northeast. Of course, there had been, prior to Reconstruction, Black congressmen in the South, or during Reconstruction rather, but Powell, I think in 1941, is elected to Congress, and he serves, for until the early 70s. But he was a dynamic, brilliant, controversial but powerful leader, and so it was good fun to bring him to life. I'm excited for people to see it.
And then, on a geek out scale of 1 to 100, how much are you geeking out over being in The Batman?
Oh, I'm at 500. I'm gone.
I love it.
I saw the film a couple of weeks ago. I'm so excited for fans. We really worked tremendously hard to do justice to this much beloved franchise. And I can't wait for people to see it.
I know you were born in DC, but I consider you to be a New Yorker, a Broadway guy. You said it, Angels in America. Like, any plans to come back to Broadway?
I would love to get back to the stage. Yes, I was born in DC, but I've lived in New York longer than I lived in DC. Yeah. So I'm a New Yorker. I can't give up DC. It's my heart. But
no, yeah. I will end with this. Just one thing you want everybody to know about Lincoln's Dilemma.
It's on Apple TV Plus, February 18th, 4-part docuseries. I think you'll discover some new things, not only about Lincoln and about the history, but also about our times today. So check it out.